Hey ladies, it's me, Maritza. Wanted to get on here for a little bit and talk with y'all about our discussion that we had begun discussing just a little bit. And that was if a man isn't going to man up, then he needs to move on. When we began the discussion a little bit, I kind of went over like a brief summary of, some of the reasons why men may feel that they don't have to man up. And now I kind of want to slow things down and discuss in several videos these reasons, but then the role that we as women play in it as well, and how I got better, and hopefully with the information that I share, it'll help those of you that are kind of struggling in this area as well to get better, so that you can obtain or have the man, whatever the word is that you want to use, that you deserve, because you do deserve a man that is doing his part and doing it 100%, and not playing games with you, not telling you what he's going to do, and never coming to that moment. So for me, and I have me some notes here, y'all, just because I don't wanna forget some really good points. For me, I had to get honest with myself, and I had to say to myself, like, why is it that I keep attracting this same kind of guy? And that was kind of painful for me because, often, I don't know about y'all, but with me, I don't like admitting that I'm wrong. I'm very seldom wrong. And when I am, just like probably most of us out there, who wants to say, okay, yeah, I was wrong, right? So, but even with myself, I found that was difficult because it was forcing me to look at something that I was playing out over and over inside, and why it also kind of revealed to me why I was kind of stuck in the same kind of relationships, and sadly a lot of times with the same person, wasting very valuable time in my life with the same person, knowing deep inside that I wasn't seeing anything different regardless of what I was trying to tell myself. I'm going to apologize in advance because I'm in the car waiting for my daughter. So if you hear any noise in the background, that's what it is, y'all. But tonight, what I wanted to discuss, what I wanted to go over today, depending on where you're at, is the point I wanted to make is identifying the type of thinking that you have as it pertains to men and where that originates from. And for a lot of us, it's going to be super uncomfortable because a lot of that's going to originate from the experiences that we have had with men, including our fathers, and the lack thereof, because you do know that you can have experience with someone and they be not in your life, and that is your experience, and from that you develop behaviors and patterns and ways of thinking because of that. It's often to protect yourself, but also to comfort yourself and to pretend to ourselves sometimes, to not really be 100% truthful to ourselves, because the truth, if we identify it and really, really acknowledge it, can be quite painful. So one of the things that I recognized about myself early on is that my thinking was lower level. And some of that had originated from a space where I just had never been told, outside of it. I'm not talking about the things that our moms say to us about what we should and shouldn't be doing and all that. I'm talking about my lower level thinking in terms of my expectations of what a guy, man, boy, it starts off as a young, teenager, what they are and are not supposed to be doing, and what I am supposed to be expecting from them, and what I should not be tolerating from them. And it that type of lower level thinking begins to walk with you as you get older. So you can start off as a teenage girl, even as a young girl. Let's go all the way back to our daddies. So if your dad was not in your life, whether he was in the house or not, but for most of us it was the issue of not being in the house, right? If he was not in your life and he was not teaching you and showing you by example what a good man is supposed to be, from the very beginning, you are formulating that based off of what you see or you don't see from your father, as how important they are. Just one reason why they are so important to you little girls. We're not going to go there on a little boys thing. But just thinking about how important that is, and that little girls need that person they need that dad to show them what the dad is saying is okay and what the dad is saying isn't okay. And not just physically, like not just verbally, like just by observation. A little girl, because a little girl's father is her first love is supposed to be her dad, and not in some sick kind of way, but it's that bond of that love that she has for her father, that shows her that compels her to look to him for examples of what a guy should be. And if he is not doing his job, or if he is doing a really dysfunctional job because no one ever showed him, and he never took the opportunity to seek out somebody to mentor him into how to do it correctly, he is going to fill her with all types of wrong kinds of thinking. And one of those is lower level thinking, that she isn't supposed to expect certain things from a man, that it's okay to put up with certain behaviors from a man. And if that is the case, that actually carries over into her teen years, and then that carries over into her adult years, in which she then begins to play them out and have these experiences that can become cyclical, that can become devastating, that begin to cause dysfunction in and of itself within her own life, and that have lasting impacts, that in some instances can be quite dangerous, and in some instances that can also be the type of situation that have caused women to become harmed, and in some instances harmed to the point where they're no longer with us. And this is because of the decisions that they have made based off of the lower level kind of thinking that they have decided that is normal and what they should be tolerating and accepting. And so, because we're not going to, I want you to be able to digest this bit by bit. We're going to do this in cycles. In videos and in sections. So I just kind of want y'all to think about that this evening, and think about what kind of thinking pattern do you have going on in respect to men, and how that may be playing out for you as a woman, and the things that a man is presenting in front of you, the things